What's going on? Dylan Conrad, Metabolic as Fuck. Today I'm going to be talking about how to get your partner on board with your healthy lifestyle. Before I do that, if you're watching this on YouTube, please like, subscribe, turn notifications on, Spotify, iTunes, leave a review, bell button, algorithm helps. Thank you. Appreciate it. So how to get your spouse on board with your healthy lifestyle. So first I want to start with a quote. Marcus Aurelius, he said, be tolerant with others and strict with yourself, right? And so what that means is basically like, you know, whether your partner makes a change or not, you got to be very tolerant with them and just, you know, do better yourself. A lot of times, the better that you do yourself, you set the example, they eventually get on board, you know, and they kind of see how it's impacting your life in a positive way. So you end up, you know, doing it kind of indirectly. Without causing any pressure. They see you making all these changes. Plus, if you're making these changes with your nutrition, your training, there's going to be different things that you are going to be doing differently day to day, you know, with your food and how you eat out and when you go exercise, all that stuff that they will eventually catch on to and they'll want to do with you as well, right? You know, you want to lead, but you also don't want to burden others. You know, just because you're making a healthy lifestyle change does not mean that they need to make a healthy lifestyle change, right? In the sense that, yes, maybe they need to get healthier, but they don't actually need to do it because you're doing it, right? They need to do it to get healthier, not because of you. So just kind of know, like, it is burdening to others if they're like, oh, wait, what? We're like doing this? If you guys have been talking about it, yeah, it's going to be way different. For me and my wife, we have obviously a different dynamic. First, she's not into exercise and nutrition and fitness. You know, I'm obviously pretty hardcore. She works out occasionally. She walks a ton. You know, and over time she has eaten better and better and better, and that's due to kind of me just kind of cleaning up the lifestyle and her wanting to make an adjustment as well. She's an acupuncturist weekly. She has a lot of positive health habits that weren't there when we first met. So over time it does get better, right? And so you don't want to like go all in and like, oh, we're gonna be this like fit couple, right? You want to just like slow play it, you know. And for the other thing is when you want to get them healthier, you don't want to be their coach, right? You have a partner relationship. You have a, you know, whatever it is, the dynamic of your relationship, whether you're married or, you know, you're just dating or you're engaged, whatever it is, there's a different dynamic. And that dynamic is, you know, someone who loves each other, people who loves each other. And support each other and care for each other and talk to each other. You don't have a mentor-mentee relationship. Now, the mentor-mentee relationship I've talked about a lot of times, you have to have someone who is a mentor that you know, maybe don't know too well, but you respect them, you listen to them, and you make changes, right? Someone who is where you want to be, right? And you can't really have that relationship with your, you know, whatever it is, significant other, your partner. It causes a lot of stress in the relationship, and it definitely changes the dynamic once you try to like be hard on someone and like coach them how you probably used to be coached, which is in high school with the horrible coaches that used to just scream. That is definitely not the way you want to coach anyone, right? We kind of only have the tools that we have. So unless you're a coach, it's really tough to coach the other person. And even if you are, I'm a coach, I don't even try to coach her, right? Sometimes I'll like try like motivational interviewing. She's like, I know what you're doing. I know exactly what you're doing. So I just back off. But, you know, you also want to think about when you're creating this healthy, you know, you're creating this relationship for each other that you want to be healthier, that you guys want to be on the same page. I always think about love languages, right? And so if you've read Love Languages by Gary Chapman, it's a great relationship book. If you haven't, I definitely recommend getting it. But everyone expresses their love differently, right? And everyone feels love differently. And more than likely, your partner and you are not expressing and receiving love in the same way that you do, right? And so it's really understanding to figure out what type of love, what action makes them feel loved, right? So there's 5 different categories of love languages that Gary Chapman breaks down in the book. It's a quick read. I would definitely recommend getting it. You can also take the quiz online. I'll just type in love languages quiz. I think it's free. But there's acts of service, right? So like doing chores for people, helping them out with things, like physically helping them, right? There's receiving gifts. So people that actually love getting gifts. Quality time, so just spending quality time, really listening to someone. Words of affirmation is huge, so, you know, people that like to be encouraged and like really, this is my wife, she loves to hear, you know, what she's doing right, and as much as I can, something I'm trying to work on, I always try to remind her how good of a mom she is, like specifically why, all that stuff, and she really loves that. Like that is like, that warms her heart. And the last thing is physical touch. Physical touch is mine. I'm a big hugger. Like, I'm always cuddling with our daughter and trying to do it with our wife as much as possible. She's not that way. That's not how she gives and receives love. So I understand that. I have to know that, but also how I receive love, right, and give love. So it's just figuring out, and for each one of these acts of service, you could lay you could lay your partner's workout clothes out. You can cook them foods if you're not normally the cook. Acts of service is something outside of what you're already normally doing, right? So if you already cook the food, you cooking food would not be act of service. You going above and beyond, like meal prepping and putting like their food in there, that would be an act of service that would make them feel loved and make them actually want to do this with you. The second thing is receiving gifts. So, it doesn't have to be like a new pair of like Nikes with that are embroidered with their name on it. It could be something really small that you kind of take time, you take a picture and, you kind of wrap it up, something cheap that you kind of gift it to them, right? Number 3 is quality time. So if someone likes to have quality time, that could be your workout time together. You can really easily be like, hey, I want to spend some more time with you. Do you mind if we have like some undivided attention? We work out together and we kind of like just hang out with each other in that regard. 4 words of affirmation, just really encouraging them on what they're doing right already in terms of like their health. Oh, wow, babe, I really love that you are, that you eat so healthy, or babe, I love that you are, always like making sure to make it a priority of your steps. It's like awesome that you do that. A lot of people don't. That's fantastic that you do, even though you're so busy. And the last thing is physical touch. Now in this regard, this would be like a team workout, something that you're actually like touching each other during. That's the only thing I could really think about off the top of my head, right? So, know what your partner's love languages are, know what yours are. Also understand that you want to be tolerant with others and really be strict on yourself and really lead by example and not be a burden on other people. So hope this helps. Love y'all. If your spouse is unhealthy, if your spouse, you want to get them on a healthy, lifestyle, we could definitely help with that. I was talking with the mentor-mentee communication. If you guys both have mentors over you, which are coaches from our program, it's super helpful. We have a lot of significant others do this, partners together. They see great results because they are supporting each other 24/7, and we're with them, a couple hours throughout the week. So anyways, love y'all. Enjoy the rest of your day. And yeah,